I'm unapologetic for my new ways. Crystals on my neck, you disrespect, I'm still gonna get your face. Pockets look like they can't breathe, that's those blue faces. In the G ain't on my frequency, put fire to a sage.
What's up, credit cousins? Welcome to Truth Be Told, Credit Undercover. I am your girl, Shanice Love, and this is where we drop all the gems. Cousins, I know it has been a minute, but your girl has been going through it. You know it's serious when a sister does not comb out her two-strand twists from wash day, okay? But I wanted to come to you guys, and I wanted to come to you guys in my natural state so you can feel my pain. Woo! Before we get started with today's videos, be sure to subscribe. If you have not done so yet, I don't know what you are waiting for, honey, but I need you to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to share us with everyone. Let them know that we are here. We are keeping it real, and we are dropping gems. And be sure to click that bell so that you can get a notification of when our next video comes out. Cousins, we talking about buying a house today. That's what we're talking about, honey. Now, cousins, I am in the process of purchasing a home. And if it's one thing that I wish I would have done differently, it's do my research. Now, y'all know I read up on everything, honey, but I thought I knew what I was doing when I decided that I wanted to purchase a home. I thought all I needed to know was that I needed a down payment and I needed some closing costs and I needed to pick a house, honey, but that is not it. That is not it. And your girl has been going through it. So I'm going to drop some gems for you guys. Anybody that is thinking about purchasing a home, I'm going to drop some gems so you don't go through the headache that I went through, the lessons that I had to learn. And I'm not even done, honey, because I ain't pick a house yet. So let's get into it. You want to purchase a home. All right. Now, you know that on this channel, we preach pre-approval. We do everything with pre-approval, okay? Buying, getting a credit card, getting a personal loan, getting an auto loan. We talk about pre-approvals. That's how we do it around here. Now, usually when you are getting pre-approved for something, it is usually a soft inquiry. It does not mess with your credit. It does not hit your credit at all, honey. And so when I was going in for my pre-approval, I was under the impression that it was not going to hit my credit. But baby, I learned really quickly that when you are trying to purchase a loan or a home, look at that, I can't even talk today. When you are trying to purchase a home, even if you are going for a pre-approval, it is a hard inquiry. Now, it didn't hit your girl too hard because I did not have any other inquiries on my report. So that worked on my favor. But just to let you know, it is a hard inquiry on all three bureaus when you go for that pre-approval. But you always want to make sure that you get the pre-approval because you need to know what you're working with. You don't want to fall in love with a $500,000 home and you only get approved for $150,000. Baby, that's gonna hurt your feelings. So always make sure that you go for the pre-approval. And I was blessed to go with a realtor who had a preferred lender who hooked it up. Now, y'all know my spiritual ass had to be difficult. So I decided to go with pre-sale, meaning houses that were not yet built, but were being built. And I wanted to go with the pre-sale because I wanted to get my lot before they started to do construction. And the reason for that is I wanted to make sure that I sanitized the lot itself, the ground, saged it, talked to my ancestors, and put some crystals in the ground so that my foundation was secure, blessed, and protected. Now that's just for me, okay? I needed to go with the pre-sale, which also works out, you know, because you don't go through the bidding wars with other people. When you are dealing with pre-construction or you're dealing with new construction, you don't necessarily have to go back and forth with anybody trying to outbid you because you literally just pick your lot and then you go through that. You go through the process, and so that works better out for me, you know. Now, the one thing that I was not prepared for is understanding when the checks need to be cut, cousins, because I was thinking, you know, that my down payment would be due, you know, when we start to go through escrow and, you know, that I would need to pay codes and costs. I knew I had to do some inspections and some appraisals, baby, but I didn't know that the checks needed to start flowing literally 1 to 2 days after you've gone into contract, meaning you have picked your in my case, picked your lot, you've picked the design, you've done some, you know, back and forth with the realtor, with the seller. And now you know, signing on the dotted line for that contract. Okay. Once you go into contract, they want their money. Now, some builders standard is 1% to 2% of the original or the full purchase price of the home. But we had some that had audacities, and they was like, we need 20K. We need 20K up front. Yeah, we gonna need that. We gonna need that. Now, of course, the 20K does go towards, the purchase and goes towards everything, the down payment and all that good stuff. But 20K, I mean, houseway. Houseway. So I'm gonna go over here to where they only want 1% to 2%. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over here on this end. Now, once again, I was not under the impression that I needed to cut a check right away. So you have picked out your home, you're ready to purchase a home, and now the escrow process starts. And the escrow process is when you pay the earnest money, once again, 1% to 2%. And then after that, there's something called the due diligence period. It's about 10 days where you get to kind of negotiate for repairs if you're not purchasing a new home, or negotiate for different things if you are purchasing a new home. All right. Now, here's the thing, cousins. All right. So now, after you've gone through your due diligence period, or in some cases during the due diligence period, your loan officer now has 21 days to collect all the documents that they need to decide whether or not you are officially approved. So pre-approval is one thing, baby, but you still got to get approved. That's when they go through your life. They go through your taxes. They go through your debt. They go through, everything. Okay. And then they make a final decision of whether or not you are actually approved for this home and you are financed. Now, let's say that you're not. Okay. If it's still within the time frame that was negotiated in the contract, you can back out of purchasing that home and you can still get your earnest money. But in some cases, if it's outside of the time frame in the contract, that earnest money is gone, cousins. You can't get it back. You cannot get it back. So basically, you need to make sure, okay? You need to make sure that your ducks are in a row before you even begin this process. I can tell you that you need to make sure that you don't owe the IRS. So even if you are making payments, because you owe back taxes or something like that. A lot of times when you're trying to purchase a home, they don't want you to owe. So you're going to need to pay that up front. Okay. Your debt, your income to debt ratio needs to be a certain amount, whatever is comfortable for that lender and for whatever loan you've been approved for. You got to make sure nothing is going to come back to bite you, or nothing is going to come back and stop you from getting that final approval and that finance for the home, because that can be a little crazy. That could be a little bit crazy. You've picked out a home, you've fallen in love with the home, and you think you're good to go because you got that pre-approval, but they start going through your shit and you don't get that final financing. Now, during the period where your loan officer is working their behinds off to get you that final financing, you're going to go through inspection, which you do need to pay for. That's about $500. And you're going to go through an appraisal, which is about $600. Now, here's what I learned about new construction, okay? Because if you're like me, you go in there and they give you the bones for it, and then you pick out all of these upgrades. Well, here's the thing. You can put all of these upgrades in your home if you'd like. However, when it gets appraised, it doesn't get appraised at the amount of all of the upgrades, meaning you've added all these upgrades, but the home is still not appraised at that price. You may have to come out of pocket for the remainder of what it's been appraised for. So if it's been appraised for $300,000, but because of your upgrades, the total cost of the home is $350,000, you got to pay that $50,000, my friend. Yes, cousins. So let's say your inspection goes right, your appraisal goes right, you've been financed, and you are now waiting for your home to be built. You also have to remember that there are things that may happen during the time of it being built. So always make sure that you have a few extra dollars to the side to handle anything that may come up, anything that may occur. And then after everything has been built, then you go through your final walkthrough. And this is when you are making sure that the home that you had built fits what you asked for, and that there are no issues with the home. And then after that, you sit down and you got to put down your down payment, okay, which is usually the balance from the earnest money. And then you got to put down your closing cost. And if you have an awesome realtor like we do, they can negotiate you getting some help with that closing cost. But cousins, the entire process itself, cousins, is not for the weak of heart, and it's not for people that are impatient. I have learned so much through this process, and although, like I said, I was ready. I didn't know that I had to cut them type of checks, okay, up front. So be sure that you are fully prepared and that you do your homework. If there's a particular builder that you're looking at, do your homework on that builder. See if you can find out what their earnest money is. Usually you can't find that out because just because it's a certain amount at this property, it may not be that same amount at this property. So you just need to make sure, cousins, that you got the finances where they need to be. And of course, during the process, don't run your credit, don't purchase anything big, don't close any accounts unless you are told to by your lender. Okay. I hope this helps somebody out there. I wish I would have known this information, so I truly do hope that you guys take this information in. And that's it for today, cousins. Thank you so much for rocking with me and sharing your energy with me. It has truly been a blessing getting to know you guys. We've got some more videos that's coming up, once I can step away a little bit from everything that's going on. But send some positive vibes my way. I truly do appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. As always, be patient, cousins. You got this. Namaste.
Unapologetic for my new ways. Crystals on my neck, you disrespect, I'm still gonna get your face. Pockets look like they can't breathe, that's those blue faces. In the G ain't know my frequency, put fire to a sage.